Hey, my energy peeps. I wanted to talk to you today about why shielding does not work. I think this is probably the most disservice people are taught, particularly with energy gifts, and they somehow think that if they're taught that dolphins, fairy dust, mirrors, somehow envisioning this around you is going to protect you from something. It doesn't make sense. That's not been my experience and how I feel and what I'm able to discern. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Think of it kind of like this. If you've got a bunch of energy coming at you, and these energy streams are different things. You know, this could be astrology, this could be this, this could be your cat, this could be part of the earth stuff. In other words, whatever the layers are, collective conscious, whatever. You've got all of these energy streams and you're in it. So if you can think of it like you standing there in a stream. So imagine you're in a stream, right? And somebody says to you, hey, if you envision 15 magic dolphins sprinkling fairy dust that creates this Merkaba around you in sacred geometry, and that what it basically does is shield you from the energy coming at you, dude, that doesn't work. Just letting you know, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. Shielding doesn't work. Shielding does not work. Here's why. You're in the stream. So you say, hey man, I'm going to put a shield around me. So you put this shield around you. There you go. Now you look like a rock in the stream, right? So, and that's kind of what you are. So if any of us have ever been outside and you've ever watched a rock in a stream and you watch things that float by or what have you, what happens to that rock over time? It gets worn down. It cannot resist the flow of water. You cannot resist the flow of energy. Doesn't work that way. You are energy, and therefore the energy that you're feeling is really about how your energy is attracting that energy. Does that make sense? Let me show you another way. Okay, so let's think about this for a minute. Everyone, I think, has seen the Pantone color chart, and energy works a lot like this. You have a whole varying degrees where one color blends into another color, blends into another color. So think about that. If energy is coming from all sorts of different directions, then it has different wavelengths, right? So that means that it has different time associated with it. Think about it like this particular energy flow may last 10 minutes, and this next energy flow behind it is now 3 minutes, and the one behind that is 2 minutes, and the one behind that is 1 minute. So in other words, if you think about like a wave, you'll find that it peaks when it starts, and then as that wave continues in distance, it shrinks down to a straight line, right? Like almost like your heartbeat dying, right? Well, energy works very much like that. So if you're looking at this next slide, and you say to yourself, hey, here's some more Pantone colors, and here are the greens and yellows and gray. Where do you shield here? You've got such a varying color mix. How many shields do you do that? Because your dolphins are only going to protect you in that yellow layer, right? What happens to all these other layers that lead into that? So I wanted you to understand that shielding is not about protecting you from something and what you're feeling. That creates resistance. Resistance creates pain. So think about that. That rock over time in that water, do you think it feels over time it being worn down? I believe it would. Believe you do. You feel when you're worn down and you feel depleted. There is no difference. Shielding does not work. What you have to learn to do is to be able to feel this stuff, and instead of attached to it, and some of that is conscious, and some of that is unconscious. In other words, if there is a -2 floating as a wave and hits me, and I have this -2 inside me, that same kind of energy, then I'm going to be triggered. I'm going to be affected. So either I can worry about what's out there and try to create a fake shield which doesn't work, or I can be worried about what's inside me and fix that so that I don't attract some of these wavelengths, so that I can rise above that. So I may feel it and understand that it's there, but I'm not negatively impacted by it, like as if I'm living it, as if I'm a -2, a -2 shows up, and therefore I'm completely triggered, and now I'm swirling the drain. You get what I'm saying? I hope this helps, and until next time, be well.